So like the moment that Hillary Clinton announced she was running for president, or maybe even the moment before, anti-Hillary posters went up around Brooklyn, stickers. Why do people who hate Hillary? What is the sort of 411 on that?
She represents the establishment, power that can't be moved, privilege perhaps, which you kind of see in her response to the email scandal. You know, like, I'll give you the emails I think are important, but otherwise I don't need to use a work email address. I can use my own server. And I think that someone who feels like they are owed something doesn't necessarily appeal to everyone.
And why do people love her, those who admire her?
She stands on the cusp of being the first woman president of the United States, which is no small feat. That would obviously be a huge accomplishment if she was able to do that. And she's loyal, and she is loyal to her friends, I think. And I think that there's something to be said for that as well. And the fact that she doesn't sort of go too far to the left on some things. She represents this sort of center piece of the Democratic Party is important. That she's not out there calling for the nationalization of banks or anything like that, as I think puts her in some perspective as well. So it's difficult to say at this point. It's because like you pointed out, it's been decades that she's been on the stage, and whether it's as Secretary of State, as a senator, as a presidential candidate, as First Lady, it's hard to get some perspective, and I would be really interested to see sort of someone to write something or to analyze it from that respects, the long history of Hillary, where she started, where she is now, sort of where all sort of the touch points have been over her career.
She has the political credentials, but she's also made herself into sort of a celebrity with that meme where she's on her BlackBerry and wearing the sunglasses. But every time she'd had a book signing, the first one in Union Square, it was packed.
Yeah, it was chaos.
People waited for hours and hours just to get her signature. I think one of the tweets of mine that's been retweeted the most is one that involved Hillary and Beyonce with the hashtag Girls Run the World or something like that. But I met this girl who said she'd only stand in line for that long to see Beyonce and Hillary Clinton.
Well, that's pretty good. So that raises the question, I guess. You mentioned gender in terms of why people admire her. How much is her gender part of why people detest her and feel threatened by her? I mean, it must be a part, yes?
It's a touchy subject, and I think she needs to be careful about it too, because every time she's criticized about something, she can't, her and her supporters can't immediately say that someone's playing a gender card or criticizing her because she's a woman. I think that's too easy, and I think Barack Obama sort of had to deal with similar things too when he was running for president. So it's they have to be careful about it. Now, is there a sort of an anti-feminist sort of commentary out there about her? Absolutely. People who sort of Neanderthals who don't feel that a woman should be president for X, Y, and Z reasons. But that aside, it's definitely something she needs to tread lightly around. Celebrating the aspects of herself as a prominent woman who's running for president, who could stand the chance of being the first woman president, while at the same time not relying too heavily on that, because she does need to talk about the issues. She needs to talk about the economy. She needs to talk about health care. She needs to talk about all these things that people care about, and that touch their lives, because those are the things that are going to get elected, I think, in the end.